Good morning, everyone. My name is Rick Morera, and today is a very unusual day here in Florida because we're at noontime and it's only 51 degrees. And last night's temperature was 47 degrees. And so today it's so cold out for me, living in Florida for 20 years, that I don't tolerate the cold weather as I used to when I lived up in the Boston area. So I'm in my little greenhouse. I have another greenhouse that's a lot bigger than this, but it's in another location. But today I'm just gonna film in this greenhouse. I might take you outside towards the end of the video to show you some of the plants that were left out because A, I was just too lazy to move them, or B, I didn't think it was going to get cold enough. It only got down to 47 degrees last night, and to me that's, you know, that's kind of at the borderline. If it goes below 45, 46, 45 degrees, then I start to worry. But most Hoyas can take a couple of nights going down into the mid 40s. So let me just go around in here, and I think most people have seen some of these Hoyas, but I'll just recap some of them that are here inside this heated greenhouse. I have a space heater, and it is probably 69 degrees, or it's actually 70 degrees in here. The heater was going all night long, so and I have heat mats on these benches where I do my propagating. And this little guy over here has always fascinated me because it's called Hoya affinis thomsonii, and the leaves are really pubescent even when fully mature. Let me see if I can zoom in on one of these leaves. They're like covered in felt, and it's really cute. So it's kind of slow growing, and it looks like it has an umbel for me, so hopefully I'll get to bloom it soon. And this one here is, and I know I've shown it a couple of videos ago, this is the one that goes by Hoya albiflora, and I didn't realize the leaves, these are like new leaves. They're probably just fully full size now, but still tender, and they're really quite big. And as you can see, the new growth is really tender, but then it does get a little bit succulent as they mature. But it's quite a beautiful flower, and a beautiful white flower, so I can't wait to see the bloom. Apparently this is the real albiflora, because there's a couple out there called affinis albiflora, but I think they're actually magnificas and not albifloras. So yeah, this is a really interesting plant. And of course, Hoya suricana was brought into the greenhouse because this one is actually doing pretty well. I have a smaller one outside, and even in a cooler weather, it's putting out new growth. So I have to read more on this species and find out what altitudes it grows in its native habitat, because it seems to be doing okay here in Florida when the temperatures drop down into the 50s, even the 40s. And again, this is Hoya trigonolibus. I've shown it before. It's kind of slowed down for the winter, but I really love how textured the leaves are and how dark green they are. And this is IML 1731 Hoya trigonolibus. And I wish it was faster growing, but in the summer it grows a lot faster. So I'll take it out to the new greenhouse and see what happens out there. And wanted to show you how big my Yopi, Philodendron Yopi is getting. The leaves are pretty mature size, and it's actually growing nicely here in the greenhouse, putting out new growths, new leaves, even in the middle of winter. So really love this guy. I think this spring it's gonna get a bigger pot. And it's a really good thing I decided to come shooting here, because looking around, I found this umbo that just opened of Hoya here blooming in Florida in the middle of January. Always so pretty. She's getting ready to be pollinated because she's at that right stage. So I'll be busy this afternoon. And the plant is, it's kind of jammed in here, so it's kind of hard to photograph everything. Let's see, there's the plant. And there's the umbel. It's so fascinating. Those corollas are so fuzzy. Let's see if I can get a good look at the underneath. It's full of nectar. Very exciting. And of course I had to bring in this Hoya New Guinea ghost. She was outside underneath one of my grow lights in the shade house, but I think she deserved a little heat because she is somewhat thin-leaved. So she's on a heat mat, and it was 70 degrees in here, so she's happy as a clam. Nice new growth. The growth tip looks good, and as soon as the weather warms up, she'll go back out underneath the heat lamp, the grow light, because she gets those beautiful colors when she's there. So that's Hoya New Guinea Ghost. And this is a Hoya, really splashy, as you can see there. A Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen, and splashier than most that you see out there. And the new growth was outside getting probably 2-3 hours of direct sun, and the new growth comes out really nice and pink and bright light, and it looks like it's still keeping a lot of its splash and its on its leaves, so it's pretty stable. Not so much that leaf, but it looks like it's going to continue looking kind of fancy. Yeah, so that's Hoya Carnosa Crimson Cream Splash, I guess if you want to call it that. And again, Hoya Emerita decided to bloom here in Florida in the middle of winter. And like I've showed in my previous videos, I get really enamored by the back sides of the flower. And you can see it is a very attractive flower, and its colors, I'd never detect a scent on it, so I don't know if it is scented. It's putting out new growth, and it has another peduncle down here somewhere. So it's a happy little camper here in the greenhouse. So that's pretty much I'm going to cover here in the greenhouse. And now I'm going to go outside and show you some of the stuff that I left out. Okay, so remember it's 52 degrees out here, and it had dropped down to 47 at night. I really don't think you see a lot of damage until you get below 35 degrees in most Hoyas. There's some sensitive Hoyas, especially if they have their roots are wet, the soil mix is wet. That could cause a lot of root damage if the temperatures drop so much. But I've been preparing and not watering for a few days, so my plants are pretty dry and they all seem fine. I don't see any signs of any stress whatsoever. Here's the big Bella. She stayed here the whole time. She has peduncles and they didn't fall. So she'll probably stay out here. She likes to be the center of attention for a while. And then the orchids actually last longer. The flowers, it seems like, last longer when in cooler temperatures. In the summer, they kind of just last a couple weeks, but in the winter, the Cattleya types last a long time. And the Phalaenopsis, this one guy, though, Mr. Mustache, keeps putting out new buds. And this guy over here looking really beautiful. This is these two flowers, probably 2 weeks. And this one opened last week. And the bud looks fine. I even left this Hoya Saba Borneo. And I'm pretty sure the temperatures never dropped down to 47 degrees in Borneo. So, but they're doing good. I'm not complaining. They're not complaining. And of course the Carnosas are doing really good. They like a little cooler weather. They can take a lot cooler weather than most. My Dalton Henry is interesting. This is the original leaves that I got when I first bought it. And these are the newer leaves. All of them are in my care. They're a lot smaller, very little splash, but it grows like a weed. It seems to be happy, just a totally different growth environment for them maybe, that's causing the leaves to be totally different. And let's see down here, let's look at the 1015 that gets the 4 or 5 hours of sun. And now with these cold days, it's really going to get red. As you can see, it has a nice case of sun stress. And I think I have an orchid down here that's close to opening up. Not quite. Next Sunday should be open. And that's going to be it for today. I really appreciate you taking a little part of your Sunday to watch my video. I always upload one every Sunday. So please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And Mr. Nips decided to come outside. Swiffer doesn't like the cold, so I doubt she will come out. But that's about my yard in the cold in Florida in the winter. So today you got a peek into my greenhouse. I'll probably do more videos in there because I always have requests. And then when I get my greenhouse all set up, I might do some, my big greenhouse, I might do some shooting there as well. So please tune in every Sunday, and I really appreciate it. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye-bye.